So printing at Servite, what's happening? Remember, the environment is this. It's about 116 staff laptops and desktops, about 1,000 student laptops. There's currently 52 printing devices in the college that are managed, and we print about 1.5 million sheets of paper every year. So at the moment, when we think of printing, you think about your device, your laptop, your desktop, and the printer that's sitting nearest to you. Hit a button on your computer, send something to the printer, and out comes your printing piece of paper. It's not technically like that, don't want to get too technical, but there's a machine in the cupboard somewhere called a server, and every time you print a job from any computer, anywhere, in any school, to any of the printers, your data is actually sent to that. You also select your printer, and then that is sent to the printer, and out comes your paper. You don't need to know, but that's what happens. But obviously what happens is we have lots of computers, lots of printers, and what will happen is you might have printed to it, somebody else has printed to it, because there's so many small printers, because these are still expensive printers, it gets jammed up. Not so much jammed as a paper jam, although it happens. Jammed up as in a large file, takes a long time to print. Maybe the printer, or maybe the computer didn't have the right drivers, it hasn't been updated for a while. The printer gets confused because it didn't get the right information. It didn't print. Where's my job? Oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on. And then even eventually when we do get our print job out, 9 times out of 10, we then take it off to be photocopied. So it's unmanageable and we can't keep it running. Do lots of photocopying and that needs to be sorted out. So right now we're having a look at, if we get rid of the 52 printers, we can make it manageable, make it easier for everybody with a goal of within a 1-minute walk, you can have a class set printed in 1 minute. So this will be the new regime. Alexis Library will get a printer for staff and students. Alexis Upstairs will get a printer for staff and students. The gym foyer gets a printer for staff and students. Servite gets a printer for staff. Montessori gets a printer for staff. Careers gets a printer for staff. The ADPs get a printer for staff. And admin at the reception gets a printer for staff. They're all identical printers. They all work the same. There's only one set of drivers, one set of thing that makes them working, and they're all large capacity. And so they can handle big jobs, and they do it fast, and they do it cheaper than the current photocopies in the photocopy room. So when you send your print job to the server, immediately that print job arrives at every single printer within the school, sitting there waiting for you. You can choose to go to any printer of the school, swipe your little card, and your print will be there ready to print. Now, all of those printers, apart from the Alexis Upstairs, are colour. Obviously, we may restrict the colour for students and because it is more expensive, but they're all colour capable. They're all 35 pages per minute. They all hold a tray or 4 trays of 500 sheets. They can be 500 sheets of A4 or 500 sheets of A3. So there's 2,000 sheets they hold. So it's a large capacity print device that's also a photocopier that can handle large volumes and does it extremely cheaply. So that was the goal of, in under a minute, you can get to the printer or copier and you can print a class set in under a minute. Obviously, when we talk about 1 page per student, so to try and make it more efficient and for you. What about Alexis one? He wasn't colour. What's wrong with that? Well, Alexis is going to upstairs have the same capacity as the large print ones. 70 pages per minute, so it's twice as fast. It has, instead of the 4 trays of 500, it's actually going to have 8,000 sheets that it can hold. It has booklets and finishing, 2 and a half punches. This is to accommodate 1/3 of the students in there, 1/3 of the teaching staff at any time, so that there's capacity the same as it was originally only in the printing area. And if you do need colour in Alexis, you've got that available to you downstairs. And we don't forget, we still got 2 large capacity printer photocopiers, They'll live in the staff room, and they're still there. They're 70 pages per minute. They do all the whistles and bells. One's colour, one's black and white. The redundancy now, so that there's two there as well, like there was. The one on the bridge is gone because there's one close to your office for you to use.